Hello, I'm Ja Reality, and welcome to the Reality Self-Protection channel. I'm a fist load specialist, self-protection analyst, writer, advisor, and lifelong practitioner. I try my best to be respectful and avoid conflicts with anyone, but one thing I can't stand is when people who don't know what they're talking about act like they're experts on subjects they aren't knowledgeable about, and try to tear down and dismiss my ideas or advice, only to turn around and act like my advice was their idea all along. This is why I feel I have to make a video about this subject, but it will be the last time I discuss it in detail because I have told the YouTube algorithm that I'm no longer interested in this individual's content, as it's irrelevant to me beyond this point. In January 2024, I made the mistake of leaving a polite and respectful comment on a bone tactical video I found while browsing YouTube. The founder was discussing his bone breaker keychains and their different materials. As a fist load enthusiast and specialist with over 2 decades of experience, I've made it my mission to seek out the most legitimate, legal, and effective options. I had known about Bone Tactical and their bone breakers for years, but had decided against purchasing them because my state prohibits metallic knuckle dusters. Legal counsel also advised against carrying non-metallic versions, as some jurisdictions treat them as illegal as well. At that time, all Bone Tactical's bone breakers were made of metallic materials. In the comments section of that video, I didn't mention any specific polymer, I just respectfully suggested it would be cool to see a bone breaker made out of some type of polymer. Over the past 2 decades, I've carried and trained with fist loads made from various materials, including aluminum, titanium, steel, wood, and polymers. I found that thermoplastic polymers could be just as effective as metallic options if they had the right design. They are lighter, easier to carry in non-permissive environments, and less likely to cause severe injury, which can be legally problematic. Since 2015, I have exclusively carried fist loads made from thermoplastic polymers. When I posted my suggestion, the founder of Bone Tactical immediately responded that it would be interesting but far less effective, demonstrating his lack of knowledge and understanding on the subject. My comment came from the perspective of a fist load enthusiast of 2 decades and a law-abiding citizen. I wanted to buy a legal version of the bone breaker for my collection. Having experience with various materials, I respectfully disagreed, politely explaining that effectiveness often comes down to design, not material. I used the Kelly word in travel wrench for reference and instantly regretted it. The founder of Bone Tactical dismissed it as a useless trinket and went on to claim that polymer is light, cheap, and soft, once again revealing his ignorance. Not all polymers are created equal, but there are many great options for making fist loads. RRSP handlers, for example, are made of ABS thermoplastic, which, when formed into R handlers, is virtually unbreakable and definitely not soft. But fast forward to today, and the founder of Bone Tactical, who had previously criticized polymer, has now released a polymer product. He claims it's made of a new material that he invented and calls bone duratium. According to his own words, it's a fiberglass and Kevlar laminated thermoset. He touts it as the toughest non-metallic material in the world, which is a pretty bold claim, but bold claims are nothing new for him. In reality, making a fist load from Kevlar is highly unnecessary and impractical. Kevlar is expensive, difficult to work with, and not suitable for this purpose. It seems the founder only created this product to avoid contradicting himself after initially disparaging polymer. Despite not using the word polymer, what he has made is still essentially a polymer. On his website, this product is priced at nearly $100, which is excessive for a device that doesn't even appear well-designed or ergonomic. Comparatively, RRSP handler, priced at $24.99, was designed for non-permissive environments and is straightforward and effective. And although the founder of Bone Tactical claims his devices are not knuckle dusters, they clearly are. Regardless of what he says, there's a proper way to hold and use knuckle duster type devices that he seems unaware of, as illustrated in several pictures on his own website where he is shown holding his devices in a manner in which myself and many others who are actually knowledgeable in the subject of knuckle dusters would consider to be incorrect. The argument can be made that he is the inventor of these devices and, since he doesn't claim them to be knuckle dusters, he gets to say how they're meant to be used and held. However, the fact remains that even though he says they are not knuckle dusters, they plainly are. And knuckle dusters across the board have a clear-cut manner in which they are meant to be held and used. Claiming that they aren't what they obviously are is no different from people 3D printing guns to try and skirt the borders of the law. The founder of Bone Tactical's dismissive attitude towards polymer and his subsequent creation of a polymer product reveal his lack of understanding and maturity. At this point, I honestly wouldn't pay more than $25 for any of his products, let alone almost $100 for what looks like a poorly designed prototype. Personally, if I didn't have my own products, my money would be better spent on products like the travel wrench and NMK knuckles than on an overpriced, overhyped prototype made of a pointless material that has a name right out of a video game. At the end of the day, all this individual had to say was, "Hey, that's interesting, and I'll look into it," or "I'm already working on something along those lines," instead of acting like a condescending know-it-all and going as far as to disparage polymer and the travel wrench by unnecessarily turning what should have remained a civil conversation into a pissing match. And I wouldn't have had anything to say. But it turns out that this individual has made it a regular thing on his channel to critique and criticize other people's content, when he doesn't even know what he's talking about. He's just a really good talker. If he can do it to everyone else, he shouldn't get mad when someone does it to him. Always remember that everything is a concept and theory until you prove it to be a fact for yourself out in the real world. And that's just the reality of things. Once again, I'm Ja Reality. Thank you for watching this video on the Reality Self-Protection channel. If you're interested in acquiring a Kelly Worden travel wrench, mini hammer, Cold Steel Koga SD2, or a body opponent bag, the links for all of that, as well as some other things you might find useful, will be in the description below. If you're watching on YouTube and you found this video interesting or helpful, I'd greatly appreciate it if you could please hit the thumbs up like indicator in the video. If it's not too much trouble, I'd also appreciate it if you would share the video, subscribe to the channel, and hit the bell icon so that you can stay notified of future content. If you would like to reach out to me, feel free to like and follow the Reality Self-Protection Facebook page first, then send me a message after you have liked and followed the page, and then I'll respond. I'm not trying to be rude, all I'm trying to do is direct all messages to one location so I don't have to try and keep up with conversations all across the internet. And please understand that I do my best to try and treat everyone with positivity and respect, so I don't make any time for negativity and disrespect on social media. Because as most legitimate self-protection experts would advise, when you can, it's best just to walk away.